probably just myself. You may remember in the last episode, we added guys like the Gigantospicosaurus, Sinoceratops, and plenty other species, but I would recommend you go back and watch the video for yourself. And today, as you may have probably read the title, I want to add the Giga. But first, I think it'd be important to start off with releasing the Diplodocus and Nigerosaurus. Okay, well, those guys are coming, I'm going to also release the Brachiosaurus and add a few more feeders.
We are pleased to welcome a Nigersaurus to the park.
And something we should probably start is by getting a ranger station. Because as you may see, our little dillos have run out of food. Well, in their feeder at least. They're not starving, luckily.
We are pleased to welcome the Diplodocus to the park.
Okay. While we wait for this to finish, oh god, no. If you're wondering and possibly heard that, I'm not very sure, that I watch my own videos while I'm making them just to make sure that nothing goes wrong. I'm sure other YouTubers and stuff have done this. I just thought if you heard it and it's like, oh, I wonder what he's doing, that is what I do. Oh wow, every feeder is kind of
Feeder
low.
resupply request received. Confirmed.
So
Task
just get
received.
those boys going. Let's see, how are they? Sycomimus, berry. Okay. Now I want to get to the main thing of this video. Adding the Giganotosaurus, or this Giga, because I named the video after it, and it kind of seemed like I just used the Giga as clickbait, even though I don't know why I would, because I have it, so why wouldn't I just add them? It's kind of simple. Okay. And add path. And so the first video was quite long, I guess. It was an hour and 30 minutes. I don't want every video to be like that, so it'd be like, I guess, a hassle of just watching a video to sit and fully condone you spending an hour and a half watching my first video. me trying to think, how the heck did I manage to spend an hour and 30 minutes in a game where I didn't do that much? Well, I guess I did do much, but not very sure. I know in terms of much. Okay. Though I kind of want to do what I did with the aloes again over with the Giga, because I liked how I did the aloes. It was a small enclosure, but for the two dinosaurs sitting within, I think it looked good.
The thrills of an off-road adventure, available now at the Jurassic Tour.
Okay. Now, to the one person watching my video last episode, if you are watching this, thank you very much, because you'd be technically the first person to watch one of my videos that I don't necessarily know, or possibly it could be someone they didn't bother to say anything like, hey, I see you're recording. Which, if it is someone random, thank you for actually managing to spend time watching my small channel. For it is nice to have someone different watching. Now, I don't want to do like the full divot that I did with the aloes. I want to do more of like, kind of like different, like just elevated cliffs and stuff. Kind of more like exaggerating with what I did on the Suchomimus and berry enclosures. But yeah, I want to get rid of all of the trees in the enclosure, so I just have a plain open field to work with. So, wait, is that the reason I can't? Yeah, do that, is it because it's a Jeep? And I just now realized one problem I might have further down the road of becoming a YouTuber. I kind of sit here quietly and zone out, which is okay at certain times. Like if I'm sitting here watching a cutscene, which would be interesting, like, because at least it'd have a cutscene, so I have that as an excuse. No, I'm just gonna be serious, and I half of the time will just zone out onto nothingness. And which in retrospect, it's like, oh, that's not a bad thing. A lot of people do that, but when you're sitting here recording a YouTube video, you, like, especially for me, I'm sitting here knowing that this is about to be published and is currently on the internet for millions of people to see, as I'm just sitting here silent. Which, I find it weird, because you can only do that at certain times. Like, if it's just, like, you sitting alone, like, and it's fine, but I just forgot my original point. I'm also somewhat arguing with myself. I do that. So, now that the Giga is, I guess, being made in the lab, I want to do, because the reason I chose the wetland skin is I wanted to have it so it's like a river, or like, I guess, waterfall sort of like aspect to the whole thing. And I'll add like rocks, so he's like in a river, and I'll just have the river kind of go out into this big lake. I'll probably shorten down the lake, because this is a ridiculous amount of space just for something that is included in just one enclosure. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on the overall aspect of the lake, and I'll probably like figure out what size I'm gonna have it off of this. Then I'll just have the lake, shorten it down later to that size. And this is probably just gonna be the entire video. So, yeah. Then, so I finish just the overall aspect of like the river and leading to the lake. I'm gonna have it so it I'll like tune up the lake and add the trees and stuff. But before I get too far into design, I want to make sure when my Giga is slipped into this enclosure that he has plenty of food. And ironically enough, right as the conversation, or well, the topic changes to food, the feeder will need resupply. Right there, Suchomimus. Now, back to the river. Because of the addition of now a feeder and a live bait feeder, I want to go and add a small dirt path of which this Jeep follows. Just up until it bridges over back to that. And I can go connect it right there and just trim it up a small bit. and there. And just trim up the sides of the river, some grass. There. And add some small trees. Now, I will add sand, except I wanted to add some trees first, because this isn't gonna be more of like, kind of like palm trees, like beach idea. This is more of, like, I will add a small palm tree here and add some sand around it, but I don't want to do, like, every time there's a small morsel of water that there has to be a palm tree and sand. I just think that this one should be more rocky. No, I should add rocks. I'll get rid of some of the trees. It says that after getting rid of every single tree. Yeah, I want to focus more on rocks for this enclosure. And because, like, I'm sure this is for a lot of people and not just me, but I'm thinking that a Giga would live more like in the forest, have forest like camo-ish skin on it, and like be living around some river, because it'd be the perfect place for it to snatch herbivores. Because the herbivores would come to drink, and then he could just go and snatch whatever herbivore came to drink. Be the perfect plan for a Giga. And to any possible carnivores watching this video, it's my idea, don't take it. Okay, now back to adding, I'll swap out, no, I already added palm tree, it's up there. Now, I don't want to add the whole thing being a forest, kind of like what I did with the armored guys enclosure. I don't really know what to say, because I don't necessarily want to go through and name every dinosaur. But, I guess just the armored guys enclosure. To anyone who may watch this, and put it in the comments below what you think that some of the enclosures should be called. I'm assuming only one person may answer, so whatever person does answer, I will name it that, because it's trying to get the viewers involved. Just, you know, good YouTubers do that. I think, at least. I think I'm right. Like, the good YouTubers trying to include the viewers. There. Now, if you came to this channel seeing this as possibly having a tutorial video just because of the way I talk and treat this, I'm not very sure what my channel is yet. I just kind of do whatever until I see something that gets popular. So, I think I will call the video ending here very soon, at least. Not this second, so you can still got a few moments to watch. But I want to add some sand. Kind of sprinkle the sand around. Small bits every here and there. And I want to work up on the lake. Th and there. This will be the small bit of lake, and then I'll add another branch off there. And I'll probably make this small area maybe just like like I'll add a like guest area over here as well. Like the monorail branch off from here. I'll add some sand over here. Okay, let's cut off some of the sand over here again. There. Then after cutting off some more trees, I will call the video ending here. Now, thank you all for watching the video, and thank you for spending your time with the channel. Please consider leaving a like and possibly even subscribing. And if you see it fit, you can always unsubscribe if you are already, and dislike if you find that necessary. But please, I encourage you to do the positive side. Now, I will see you all next time.